Hello everyone, my name is Aldi, and in this occasion I would like to tell you one of story. The story is called Payal. So without further ado, let's get started. So what is a story about? So Payal, basically a story for kids, made by Sukamoy Bata, is about a kid who travels to the forest to travel in the green island of Sundarbans. He meets Payal, a 1-year-old a royal Bengal tigress. They become best friends since Payal saved him from cobra, which that almost bites him while he stay there. Is there a problem in the story? Yes. The problem begins when the narrator feels envy for Payal that has too much care rather than him by his mother. Also, Payal always follows the narrator wherever he goes, which makes the narrator have careless and felt he was a trespasser. Is the problem solved? Yes, the story has a happy ending. In the end, the narrator tells how Payal saved him from a giant cobra while he spent in the near pond around the forest, while he playing outside. Payal saved him by growling to warning him there was a giant cobra hid in the bag while the narrator didn't realize. And since then, they become best of friends and never be parted. And what's something interesting in the story? For me, uh, it is an interesting story for kids. The story didn't have too many plots, easy to understand by any age, and also it has a moral values that are good for the reader. Is it a short story but still has a good story that entertains the reader? The reader can feel the joy while reading it. And it has also a picture of Payal and the narrator, which is a kid, while Payal growling at the cobra. So the reader can see how it looks like. And the last, the language is easy to understand. Moral values. So uh, the moral value is we as a reader don't judge a book by its cover. Let's look about an animal of tiger. So tiger has stereotype such as wild, cruel, predatory, but in the story, a tiger also can be caring, loyal, and loving. So animals also can be friends. They are not always be animals. They can love you, loving each other even though animals or pets can be great partners. Is there any interesting sentences? Yes, I found one interesting sentence. So in the story, there is a fun fact about a tiger that we can learn that is, don't let Payal lick you, he told me. Her tongue is rough. In fact, all tigers' tongues are. It may bruise you. So in that sentence, we can learn that fun fact about a tiger. Uh, Now I would like to tell you the summary of Payal. So Payal basically a short story for kids made by Sukamoy Bata. Payal is about a kid who travels to the forest to travel to the green island of Sundarbans. He wants to travel forest with his uncle and his mother. He meets Payal, a meerkat, a 1-year-old royal Bengal tigress. They become best friends since Payal saved him from a swathed cobra, which that almost bites and attacks him while he stays near the pond behind the house, while he spent the morning day by himself without protection from his mother there. The story begins when I, the narrator, who is a kid, asking for permission to travel to the green island of Sudarbans. Adama, can I come with you? Asked the narrator to his uncle in the first line. His uncle's name is Adama. His mother was a forest officer of Pakiralai Island, gave him permission to travel together. His mother was warning him to not spending there too long because school opens afterwards, and narrator always wanted to travel to roam the forest with his uncle. After a couple of times on the way to the forest of Sudarbans, in the forest, Mama, which means mother of the narrator, tells that in the story, we got off near a small jetty and walked the rest of the way through the trees. Mama's bungalow was in clearing in the forest. After they get to the forest and the narrator and others meet with Uncle Sambuda. He was an elderly man who working as a household work and doing Mama's cooking. Uncle Sambuda opens the gate when they arrive safely there, but Uncle Sambuda tells the bad news that happened to Payal. The narrator still doesn't know who Payal is, and Mama introduced Payal to the narrator. The first time, the narrator wonders who Payal is. She is a mere-cub 1-year-old Royal Bengal tigress. In the first narrator feels frightened when Payal sniffs him, but there is nothing to be afraid of with Payal, his mama said. There's nothing to be afraid of, said Mama. But she is a tigress, I protested. Payal is only a year old. You can't call her a tigress. She is a mere cub, a harmless of a year-old baby. Payal is a mere cub baby tiger. She loves spending time with humans around her. It tells in the story, Payal giving Mama a tremendous welcome by licking her face. After that, when Sambuda was helping the narrator unpack in his room, the narrator asking about where Payal is from. Uncle Sambuda tells the story of how his mama adopted Payal for the first time. So Payal's mother was killed by poachers for her skin. The villagers found 3 cubs. 2 of them had starved to death, and the third is Payal. They brought to his mama. She was only 10. She was only 10 days old then. The narrator feels sorry for Payal. It is written in the story. I felt sorry for Payal. Hello, I said. She did not flag a muscle, and her silent stare drained all my friendliness away from her tragic story. Payal loves spending time with humans around her. She loves to get tickled bellies from Mama. Payal wasn't eating properly since Mama was gone. Samuda was worried, but since Mama's back, the narrator felt his Mama was scared too much with Payal. Payal always follows where the narrator was gone. It makes the narrator can't go anywhere without being followed. It makes the narrator hurt his ego. He shouted to Payal, "You can go to hell," hoping Payal would understand to leave him immediately, where he can alone to spend the day while his mother gone for work. But she's still there watching the narrator go. Suddenly, when the narrator sits near the pond, and Payal jumps to the pond that she growling near the front of the narrator. The narrator thinks he is in the danger by hear Payal growling in front of him, but when he looked in his back, there was a giant cobra standing ready to attack. He was staring at something in front of me. I turned my gaze in the same direction and broke into a cold sweat. Less than 6 feet away, swayed a cobra ready to attack. The narrator said, "But Payal always follows him wherever he goes." Payal saved him from the cobra to live. After that, the narrator feels so thankful that Payal had saved him when he didn't recognize there was a giant cobra ready to attack him. Since then, the narrator has never again been jealous or mad with Payal and has become the best of friends since then. So that is the story about Payal. I hope you like it like I do, and I think that's all for me. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.